After defeating the Colossus, you awakened the power to control demons. The royal city is now in turmoil. A new king claimed the throne after a coup, massacring the nobles that opposed him. You passed through the Goblin Passage. The royal city is now within sight. Chaos rushes to the execution grounds, but was too late to stop corruption murdering his family. Though Esther tried to stop you, you lay waste to the palace in revenge. The Cardinal offers a ray of hope. You can resurrect your family with the essence of fear. You open the entrance to Nilfheim, engulfing the royal city in ice and snow, while you resume your journey as the God Slayer. You kill the God of Fear, capturing his divine essence, but the bargain was broken, and you are pursued by church soldiers. With Esther's help, you escape. You decide to use the cover of darkness to find the truth.
What do you know of hell, Briss?
Hell? A wasteland abandoned by the gods. Why do you ask?
I hear that a way to resurrect the dead can be found there.
Resurrect the dead? Perhaps. They say hell is the entrance to the underworld. The entrance to the underworld is supposedly sealed, though.
Sealed? So that's why souls are being sent to Muspel.
Impossible. Only those tainted by the Fallen are sent there. That's Loki's realm, and those are his kind of people. Nowadays, when ordinary people die, their souls are drawn to hell. Say, have you been to Muspel?
Of course not.
Then you...
Briss's questioning is suddenly interrupted by a powerful tremor.
Finally, it is time. Awake at last. The prophecy will finally come true after centuries.
That rock. The great worm. It's come back to life.
The great worm emerges from the shattered rock and takes to the sky. As if reluctant to damage the settlement on the ground, the great worm folds its wings and shrinks in size before landing in front of you. The great worm peers down at the tiny creature in front of it with a hint of derision and interest.
Oh, you must be a descendant of Odin, tiny creature.
The monster in front of you speaks. You are the only one to understand its low growl. And you are shocked by what the great worm says.
Odin!
Has my memory failed me?
The great worm flaps its wings at your look of confusion and seems a little uncertain.
Maybe it's a different name. How long have I been asleep? No, I can sense the bloodline of the first oath sworn in you. The same oath that woke me from my slumber.
Oath? What oath?
It's a secret. Your tiny companion is related to him too.
How did you manage to see me?
Tricks of those who call themselves gods. Do not fool me.
You...
Enough, Heim. So, what is your name?
You may refer to me as Nidhogg, puny oathsworn.
Nidhogg? They say you turned into stone and fell into a deep sleep to watch over mankind.
Watch over mankind? I have better things to do. Some pathetic creatures turned up one day, and I just found their struggles to survive entertaining to watch. That's all. You, Oathsworn, tell me what trouble you now face. I hope it will amuse me. If you can pique my interest, I might consider fulfilling that oath.
If possible, then help me find Hell, the entrance to the underworld.
Hell? What an odd name. I do know where the entrance to the underworld is, though. I can smell the rotting stench of the entrance from here.
The huge creature shakes his head, and there's a glimmer of interest in its eyes.
Something strange seems to have awoken there. How interesting. I will take you there, Oathsworn. But don't expect me to help. I hate trouble. Seek me out when you're ready.
You expose the Church's dark secret. Learn of Hell's existence, the place where the spirits of the dead gather. Their master has now awakened. So the blood moon rises. A great worm will take you to those ruins.
This is the entrance to the underworld. It's become a real mess. Why has so much hatred built up here? It seems that there is a good reason for you to come here.
Thank you, Nidhogg.
Do not die here. Fishing you out of this trash heap won't be easy. I can carry you away from here if you want to leave.
Chaos!
Corruption? You?
You only killed one of my doubles. The city. There's more to the fallen than you know.
You haven't learned your lesson.
It is time for you to learn the true meaning of despair.
So, you've learned quite a few new tricks. tricks won't save you now, corruption.
Such power! Well, child, your arrogance won't save your family.
Damn you!
I've personally handed over the souls of your family to pain, Chaos. You should thank me. I went to a lot of effort to make sure that their souls weren't consumed by all the hatred here.
Pain? What are you trying to do?
Oh, there are some things that only he can do. I just need to make sure that I have the chips to bargain with. You better hurry, Chaos. He is rather annoyed about being woken up after centuries of sleep in hell. Hopefully, he hasn't crushed the souls of your family before you get here.
You are all as despicable as ever.
Only I said the greatest danger always comes from hidden malice.
Haim, can you tell me about those things you didn't want to say now?
Your words make Haim hesitate for a moment before she flies to your side.
Chaos. Nidhogg was telling the truth. The blood of Odin, the king of the gods, flows in your veins, and that is what woke me. After the Battle of Asgard, Odin sensed the coming of a new doom, so he divided up his power before going to rest. That is the power of the soul catcher inside you. It is also why I reawakened. The king of the gods is waiting to be reawakened according to prophecy, but something has gone wrong.
Because of Loki?
It's not just Loki. That's right. It's not just him. When Odin went to sleep, the other gods around him began having their own ideas.
What about you then? What do you want, Haim?
Me?
The question seems to surprise Haim and gives her pause. She then reaches out and touches your cheek.
All I want is to be with you. So, can you listen to me and stay by my side always?
Don't worry, Haim. So it has been, and so it always will be.
Hey, Tavern Keeper, I want to know more about Hell.
Hell? That's not a place for adventure. What do you want to know?
Why is the gateway to the underworld in hell? And what's with all that hatred?
Well, it's an old story, and a sad one at that. Do you know about the ruins in hell? Years ago, the land belonged to Count. The ruins were once the city of Wolrun that he ruled over.
Wolrun? Isn't that the legendary cursed city?
That's right. Its name is now taboo. But do you know where that name came from?
Not sure. The records are unclear on the matter.
Of course they are. What happened there was divine retribution.
Divine retribution?
Yeah, divine retribution. The ruler angered the gods of Asgard, so they destroyed the city of Wolrun.
What happened?
Climbed the Tower of Heaven and touched Asgard.
A human climbed the Tower of Heaven and touch Asgard? How is that possible? Those that reach Asgard will receive salvation and eternal life. That is the contract made by the gods themselves. But why?
Not many people know this, but he did gain eternal life. But it wasn't just him. The whole city did too. As the reward for touching Asgard, the entire city was buried into the ground and connected directly to the entrance of the underworld and the lower plane. The people living there were transformed into monsters doomed to suffer for all eternity under the ground.
That's why those ruins are connected to the entrance to the underworld.
I hear that the king of the underworld even went to Asgard to complain. After all, nobody likes a big rock blocking their front door. The two gods couldn't settle their argument, so the entrance to the underworld was sealed. All the dead that hadn't been tainted by the fallen wander aimlessly around the entrance to the underworld until they become monsters or consumed by monsters. This is what you wanted to know about hell? What do you think now?
These so-called gods. How pathetic.
So the hatred in hell is...
Though centuries have now passed, the anger and resentment of Wolverine's people still remains. By the way, why did he decide to climb the Tower of Heaven?
To save his wife? For eternal life? Who knows? It's just a minor detail nobody has bothered to remember.
Very well, that's enough. We should go.
At last, a living body.
Victim of a forbidden experiment. Experimenting on his own body.
Ugh, how grotesque.
Aren't you bored hiding here and conducting your forbidden experiments?
I will be released from here soon. Sacrifice your bodies to me. Give your bodies now. I can then leave this damned place.
Leave? Ha! There is no place for a madman like you.
No one can stop my revenge. I crave vengeance. Vengeance!
The face of the Death Priest in front of you is twisted with hate. His desire for revenge gnaws away at his mind and fans his insanity.
Who caused him to become so obsessed with seeking revenge?
As if he heard Esther's question, the Death Priest turns his bloodshot eyes towards her.
Bragi the traitor. He betrayed me. He forgot our promises. He had me expelled from the Curia. Looks like he used the betrayal to climb to an even higher position.
The mention of Bragi fills the Death Priest's ashen features with hate.
He is not like that.
Don't you understand? I was the one who suggested the forbidden experiments to him.
What?
An unforgivable crime, isn't it? But we had no choice. Too many had already fallen in battle against the Defilers. Under those circumstances, we had to try everything. That stick in the mud refused. He even put on an act to fob me off. Just as I was about to try it myself, that bastard had me expelled from the Curia. He betrayed me. We were the best of friends. I trusted him. Absolutely.
Bragi is dead.
The Death Priest falls silent. He cannot believe it, and just maybe, does not want to believe.
I killed him because of the forbidden experiments.
How can that be? He would never do such a thing.
Maybe he just didn't want you to share the guilt. After all, you were friends. You gave him the key to hell. He decided to leave you behind and go there by himself.
Impossible.
The Death Priest's voice falls to a whisper. The fires of hatred disappear from his eyes, and his face turns gray. For an instant, the soul of the Cardinal seems to materialize behind you.
Is that you, Bragi? Is that your choice in the end? We could have borne it together.